Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this video we're going to take a look back at one of my favorite toy lines of all time, the New 52 from DC Collectibles. The New 52 was an initiative, I think around 2010, 2011, where DC Comics rebooted from number one. Even Action Comics got a new number one. They rebooted the whole universe, except for Batman. He wasn't really rebooted. Parts of his origin and parts of the different Robins were rebooted, but Batman really wasn't. Was Batman ever rebooted? But even when they did Crisis of the Infinite Earths, I don't think Batman is rebooted because Dick Grayson was always the first Robin, then Jason Todd, and none of that has ever been really erased, right? Well, anyways, back to the New 52. So this is the New 52 line of figures from DC Collectibles, and for me, I loved the New 52. I just love it when they reboot things and try things a little bit differently. I love Jim Lee's Justice League, written by Jeff Johns, and all the different comics we got. It was just such a fun, exciting time to be a DC fan. It was just so much energy, everything being rebooted, starting from ground zero. So many people jumped on to DC Comics at that point. It was just a fun time to be a DC fan. Now, the designs and whatnot, some people love them, some people don't. I love them. I loved all the New 52 designs, and I think they worked really well for that period. But I think one of the coolest thing about the New 52 was when the comics started coming out, they also had a line of action figures that you see here. And I love it when they had that sort of synergy where what's happening in the comics is being reflected in plastic. Again, it also helped that I loved the designs that they came up with. So yeah, this was that's those reasons one of my favorite lines of all time. So I just wanted to revisit it today, show you these figures if you're not familiar with them. These are older figures now. They're over 10 years old. Might be a little dusty. Don't have all the accessories probably, but hey, at least you'll get a good look at them. So starting off with the Justice League. We're going to do the Justice League, and then I have a few other New 52 era figures I'm going to show you. But here's the Justice League. And the really cool thing about this was they came in a box set just like you're seeing here. It was released in a box set, and it was just great seeing all these figures in a box set. And man, I love these sculpts. And to me, this is a perfect action figure for my taste and my sensibilities. I like it when the sculpt overrides the articulation, because this is how I display my figures, just like this. I know I'm not very creative. I don't have them in cool dynamic poses. I just love displaying them like this, which is why I loved DC Collectibles and DC Direct so much, because obviously you can see they don't have a lot of articulation. They don't move around that well, but they look really nice on the shelf. So let's just take a look at each figure individually. So first we have Cyborg. And look at that Cyborg. And when you lift him up, he's got some heft to it. And again, not too much articulation. I'm not going to move it around too much because these are older figures, and even when they came out, they kind of broke very easily at the joints. But just so you can see design, and I think this is still, one of the best Cyborg figures ever. I really love the new one McFarlane did, but man, this is just such a great Cyborg design. And the suit looks great. And that was one of the neat things about the New 52 was that it introduced Cyborg into the Justice League and really elevated his status there. So yeah, love this Cyborg. So there he is. Next up, Green Lantern. So much more, it's a new suit, but very traditional looking still. Just got some armor plating to it. But overall, just, still a classic looking GL suit with the white gloves and whatnot. And I just dig that head sculpt. So snazzy. Look at that. Oh, Hal Jordan, there he is. And I don't think this one came with any accessories. Yeah, he didn't come with a power battery. Maybe he was re-released later with one, but I don't think so. Yeah, there you go. I love the metallic paint on this guy. The raised emblem. Such a really nice Hal Jordan Green Lantern figure. Next up, we have Batman. Again, I love the New 52 suit. Love the gray and the black. The armor looks awesome. I'll show you a comparison later with a few variants that they did for this. Again, not much range of motion here. He's just a beautiful looking, statuesque figure. There's the cape, back of it. There you go. Now he does have a little problem standing up because of the cape a little bit. He kind of always falls over, so you have to kind of put the cape in the background there. So there you go. Next up, Superman. And I love the new 52 suit. I know I'm saying I love a lot of things in this video, but it's the truth. And there's the new 52 suit. Love the armor look to it. Love the black S logo on the back of the cape. Just a really cool twist on the S on the back of the cape. Love the way that the cape has that point at the bottom there. I love the head sculpt, and I'll show you a variant of this figure later as well. Again, not much articulation, just a really lovely looking figure. There we go. All right, next up is Wonder Woman. So this one, the head sculpt, is probably my least favorite out of the bunch. It looks okay, but I think they could have done a little bit better with this head sculpt. Yeah, I think the body looks great. The design overall is awesome. I love that the lasso of truth is connected to her, because whenever it's like a wire, it always gets untangled and messed up. She did come with a little short sword, which I have seemed to misplace. That was the accessory she came with. They did come out with another version of this later with a different head sculpt that I think was better. But yeah, still overall a nice figure, but the head sculpt I think is definitely the weakest of the bunch, but still really nice Wonder Woman. There you go. She has a little bit more articulation, I think. There you go. All right. And then next up, oh, Wonder Woman's going to fall over. We'll just put her to the side for now. We have, oops, there goes the camera, the Flash. And sadly, one of the wingtips snapped off. It's a very delicate little wingtip. So be careful if this inspires you to buy this figure. The wing tip just snap off very easily. But again, love the design of this figure. I think it looks awesome. The eyes are a little cross-eyed a little bit, but other than that, I think it looks great. Just the way he's standing there. And again, not much articulation to speak of. These didn't come with extra hands or anything of that nature. As you see, they couldn't come with extra hands because it's all sculpted in one piece. So, yeah, there it is. All right, next up, and the Flash I think will make it, is Aquaman. Aquaman comes with his trident, comes with this cool chain as well, and he even comes with that necklace you see there. And I just dig the head sculpt on this. He looks just like he stepped out of that Justice League comic drawn by Jim Lee. Love the suit, love the shininess of the gold there. Yeah, this is great. Love it so much. I don't remember if this is the right trident. Honestly, I just grabbed the trident that I had handy, so hopefully that is the right one. But there you go. Look at that head sculpt on this guy. So awesome. All right, let me show you a few of the variants for some of these figures. All right, so here are a few variants of these figures. So these came, I think, in box sets and other releases. But for example, here is the Flash. I think this came in a Heroes versus Villain box set. And yeah, I love this version more than the original. The original is great, but very, flat, red. Looks nice. But this metallic one, this is what I'm talking about. And all the yellow line work on it just looks like so much fun there. And this one, I did not break the wingtips on. So this one is actually intact. So I'm a sucker for anything metallic. So yeah, definitely love this version of Flash more. Next up is Superman. And I have all the variants, but I didn't have them handy. The only other variant really, or there's two other variants. One is a comic book shaded one. And then the other one is this version, but with metallic paint scheme, which is awesome. And I couldn't find it before this review, but this is the one with the most difference, is this head sculpt. So just a different, more modern, not modern, just a more traditional looking head sculpt for him versus this more, youthful, more modern looking head sculpt. Or I guess they can't even call it modern, just different, or Jim Lee head sculpt, but there you go. So those are the differences there. Again, there's two other variants of this as well, but this is the only one with a different head sculpt, if memory serves, which is a really nice head sculpt. All right. Then Batman. So here he is, the original one. This one came, I think, in the Trinity 3-pack with the metallic Wonder Woman and Superman. And this is my favorite New 52 Batman. I just love the metallic look of the suit. So just dig it. Head sculpt's the same, just the metallic suit, less shiny head sculpt. This head sculpt is less shiny. This one has like a shiny plastic look to it. Sorry, the focus there. And then here is this was a GameStop exclusive. There was a Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in this style, just comic styled version, which was fun. But yeah, like the blue and gray on this one, but that was just kind of a fun version of these. So yeah, definitely got to give it up to this one as my favorite New 52 Batman. All right, let's take a look at a few other kind of random New 52 figures. All right, so here are a few random New 52 figures. Before we get to that, I did forget about the Aquaman variant. Here is an Aquaman variant. I forget which set this came in, but as you can see, totally different head sculpt. This is more reminiscent of the Jeff Jones run on Aquaman that he did. So yeah, that's kind of the look that they were going for here. And here's the trident. I think this is the right trident that he came with, but yeah, just the head sculpt was different on this Aquaman. But then getting into more of the DC universe here, here's a few different figures. Let's take a look at Green Lantern first. Now his left arm or right arm, I'm not going to move it because it is broken. It did break a long time ago, so we're going to keep him in that pose. But yeah, this isn't my favorite version of Oliver Queen, honestly. My favorite version is the Brightest Day Green Arrow. This is obviously going for a more younger looking Green Arrow. The suit's great. I dig the suit. I think the suit's really nice, but I love my Oliver Queen with a goatee and more shaggier hair. But this is a nice, youthful Green Lantern figure. And again, just really love the style of his suit. Next up, we have Wonder Girl, and this was part of the subline with the Teen Titans. There's also a Supergirl, sorry, not a Supergirl, Tim Drake Robin, and a Superboy as well. But there is Wonder Girl. Great head sculpt there. Love the suit. Love the gold on it. The way it sparkles. Again, not that much articulation, but still just a really lovely looking sculpt and figure. Next up is Orion. This is my favorite version of Orion. Of course, next to Jack Kirby's original designs. This one's broken a little bit. He's taken a few tumbles off the shelf over the years. This part is missing on the right side, so I do need to get this replaced eventually. That part lifts up so you can see his face, but I just love this look for Orion. I think this was designed by Cliff Chiang, if I'm not mistaken. He does show up in the New 52 Wonder Woman as a supporting character. And of course, this all comes off as well. But I won't take it off right now, but it does. There you go. And then finally, we have the New 52 Hawkman. Again, I love this design. This is, not my favorite Hawkman design of all time by any means, but I just love the design. I appreciate it. What they were trying to go for. Very high boots there. And yeah, just really fun figure. And I like that this Hawkman, the wings aren't too big, so he actually can stand up, which is important. So there you go. So there is Hawkman. Really, really like this Hawkman figure. All right, let's take a look at some side comparisons to some modern McFarlane figures so you can get a better idea of how these scale, just in case you're interested in trying to collect DC Collectibles and you're interested in how it scales. There goes Hawkman. Let's do a quick comparison. All right, so there's a look at McFarlane, DC Collectibles, McFarlane, DC Collectibles. As you can see, they don't scale very well together. They're both 7-inch scale figures, but the McFarlane ones are on the bigger side. So if you do care a lot about scale, DC Collectibles, DC Direct really aren't going to scale very well with McFarlane. Some characters do, but overall, as you can see, they just do not scale that well. My display, the way I display figures, I display all different lines mixed in together, from whether it's Hot Toys to DC Collectibles to Beast Kingdom to McFarlane. So for me, I do not care about scale at all. So I'm fine mixing in figures like this. But I know a lot of you folks do care about scale, so there's how these scale together. But there you go. There is your look at some classic DC Collectibles New 52 figures. And yeah, I think they've aged really well. I still really love this line, these figures, this era. And yeah, hopefully you maybe learned something from this, or just are excited to revisit them yourself. Do you guys own any new 52 figures? What did you guys think of the era? Have you thought about trying to collect DC Direct? We'd love to hear your thoughts and comments as always. But thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and have a great day.